What is going on, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Trading to Glory. Today, we're doing episode 18, talking about Team of the Week number 4. We're also going to be talking about how that's going to affect our investments and our moves before Player of the Month drops on Friday for Premier League. We're not sure what day the Bundesliga one is going to drop yet, or La Liga, which has been confirmed by EA. We don't know when those are going to drop yet, but they should be in the next couple of days as well. And also, given the fact that we know there's going to be some UCL live cards, UCL Path to Glories, OTWs, whatever you want to call them. That promotion's going to drop soon. I don't know if it's going to be this week, next week, but I imagine they're not going to overlap it with Halloween and the Scream card, so I just don't know when they're going to place that. I thought, honestly, they were probably going to do it yesterday, and they did not do it yesterday, obviously, so we'll just have to kind of play it by ear. I'll keep an eye on any, leaks or anything, and I'll tell you guys if it's coming, but right now we seem safe, but all of my investments and a lot of your guys' investments are in informs right now because that's kind of what I've been stressing because they're out of packs. We don't have to worry about if there's a promotion that drops and it puts a lot of supply on the market. It's only going to put supply on the market of cards that are in packs. And if you invest in cards that go out of packs like informs, then you're safe. So we're going to talk about our the new Team of the Week first, and then we're going to get into our Felipe Andersons, Pellegrini's, Bundesliga investments, if you guys made Premier League investments, all that good stuff. So we'll start with the top, and then we'll just work our way down. Starting up there with Icardi. Now here's a card, guys, that I've heard good things about. People really like this card this year. It does not have the best pace. It does not have the best physical, but overall, the gameplay players, not me, have liked it. So I don't know if this is going to be like a meta weekend league card, but nonetheless, it doesn't look that good to me. I don't know what all the hype's about, but then again, this might work really well in FIFA 19 gameplay, and I'm not just aware of that yet, because if you guys take a look at my record, kind of explains a lot in terms of how much I know about the gameplay this year. Next up, we've got Ciro Immobile, and so that's an exact same rating of an exact same position in the exact same league and the same Team of the Week. So it's kind of interesting. It definitely looks like a lot more people like the Immobile card. It's got the same weak foot and skill moves, but I guess it does have a little bit more pace on the Ciro Immobile, plus the Italian links are a little bit more desirable. Overall, these two cards I'm not going to be focused on, but if they are rare enough, so essentially if there isn't a promotion at any point before they go out of packs, guys, so really no UCL promotion or Europa League promotion or Scream promotion, anything like that, they could be really rare, which would make them good investments, and that kind of goes for all of them. Next up, we've got Lacazette here, and I think that he's going to get more informs in the future, so it's kind of dangerous because he has been playing well alongside Aubameyang for Arsenal up top. He's going to be scoring a lot of goals this year, which could cause at least panic on this card week in and week out for him to drop in price. It's a dangerous card to pick up, but it could work out because he is a Premier League striker that is from one of the better teams in the league that gets links, and also one of the better nations, France. So it could work out in the long run, but again, I'm not too focused on those guys on the top. I'm more interested in the guys on the bench. Next up, though, we got Ross Barkley, and if you guys are looking at the price of this card, it's not going to affect your Player of the Month investments. It's too expensive. It's an 82 rated card with average stats all around, but it's too expensive to affect your Player of the Month investments. And in fact, it is a Chelsea card. So if it ends up being Hazard, just keep an eye on him. Maybe when the Player of the Month drops, and this is going to be a question, when does Player of the Month Premier League drop? It'll drop at about 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, my time zone. Or if you guys live in the UK, it'll be 11 a.m. And that's a rough estimate because you have to wait until Premier League actually announced Player of the Month, which normally that's the time they do it. So the SBC's out at 11 UK or 11:30 UK. And so if Eden Hazard wins it, and you see that there's a requirement for a Chelsea inform, you can be up and ready on the market and buy that card before it rises like a ton. So always have your head on a swivel on days that SBCs are going to drop. Next up, we've got Hulk, which is a very unique card, and here's what I will say about this. In the past, guys, we have cards that are super appealing. This is a card that, we used to use in FIFA, and then he hasn't been in FIFA for a couple of years, and now he's back. So everybody's focused on him. So it's going to be super, super expensive to start out. So don't buy this card immediately. Wait until, towards the end of Team of the Week, maybe Sunday, maybe Monday, maybe Tuesday. One of those 3 days, I think, is the best day to buy Hulk. Normally, like Sunday is my buy day for these big informs. But I think it's a card that has the focus of the community right now that won't have the focus of the community in a couple of months. So it's a card that'll gradually drop over the course of the year. In my opinion, that's what's going to happen to Hulk. So long-term investment, no go on Hulk, but short-term could work out. Next up, we got Sabitzer. So again, similar to Ross Barkley, you're not going to be afraid of this card affecting your Bundesliga investments. If you've made an investment in a Zieler, in a Bizovic, a Gondorf, a Finn Bogason, none of those cards are going to be dropping because of Sabitzer, because he's just too expensive. His card is well-rounded. He's got 80 plus on 4 stats with decent, a decent card overall in the Bundesliga there. Next up, we've got Kylian Mbappe, and I don't know his price. He is extinct right now, so I can't really say much about him. Next up, we've got Benedikt Havidez. This is a German left back that's 84 rated. So when it comes to SBCs, this is a card. He is in the Russian league, so you're not getting any links there. But he's 84 rated German and left back. You're rarely going to see German left backs that you can actually use in SBCs. Like, honestly, that is where Germany lacks, okay? So if you needed, like, this is very specific, but if you needed a German squad and you needed to use one inform, this is the freaking inform you'd use. And obviously, for all the other SBCs this year, this Benedikt Havidez is going to be a staple for them. Right now, he's about 13,000 coins, but I can promise you it will double eventually. Probably triple. This card is just too good for SBCs. You can link that at left back with Germans, and it's 84 rated, and it's near discard price. Now, obviously, wait till it gets even lower. Don't spend 15K on him yet, because he'll drop a little bit farther, especially after division rival rewards, especially after weekend league rewards, especially after packs that are opened from marquee matchups on Thursday, packs that are opened from the player of the month on Friday. There's going to be a lot more supply for this Havidez, so wait a couple days on it. Wait till the weekend to buy any of these cards, honestly. Next up, we've got ELYYT, and this is a card that, it's a decent card, don't get me wrong, but it's going to be tough to get this in a squad. And on top of that, I do think there are better links in terms of center backs for SBC, so I don't really like it as an investment. Next up, we've got Ruben Diaz, and obviously, you still got people that are transferring coins. If you ever see something like this, it just means somebody's transferring coins to another account, or buying coins, one of the two. Hopefully the first one, because I mean, transferring coins is still cheating, but it's not as cheating, I guess you could say. Nonetheless, this is just getting ridiculous. I mean, honestly, guys, if you haven't seen my video on the biggest problem with FIFA 19, go watch it. Look how much of a problem this is, guys. Like, freaking so many cards are being used to transfer coins right now. There's another one right there, 199K. I imagine all of these cards are freaking cards that'll get bids on them too. It's just ridiculous. But nonetheless, this Ruben Diaz card, it's only 82 rated. It is Portuguese, which gets some links. Ultimately, I think there are better investments. I'd stay away from it. Ospina, again, discard price. If you can get him for 10,000 coins and go for it, there's no risk in that investment. But it is Colombian, which doesn't really get the greatest links at center back, because when are you ever going to use Davinson Sanchez in an SBC? In Jeremina this year, they just screwed him over in terms of his card. So Ospina, he could link to Davinson Sanchez in weekend league squads, but I think most people are probably just going to go with a Premier League goalkeeper when they use Davinson Sanchez. I don't think Ospina is going to be used that much. I think he will go up a couple thousand coins, but it's a kind of a long-term investment, and you're not making that much. So that's what you got to expect from that. Moving on to the bench, there's a couple cards in here that are going to affect our investments, guys. The first one is Hoffman. Very cheap center mid. But it's important to remember, guys, take a look at his price. He's above discard, all right? It's 12K is not discard. 13K is not discard price, guys. It's important to remember that. There's a big difference between a card that's going for 13K and a card that's going for discard, because this Hoffman is not going for discard price. It's going for 13K, which means that all of our other investments are probably also going to be 13K. Whatever price this Hoffman stays at is the price we're going to get for our other informs, like Zieler and Ibizovic and Gondorf. That's the price. So we're monitoring Hoffman, and hopefully he rises. Now, we kind of got a little bit unlucky. I mean, there's nothing you can do. But we kind of got unlucky. There are 2 cheap Bundesliga cards in Team of the Week 4. If there weren't any cheap Team of the Week 4 Bundesliga cards, then our investments would have risen higher. Now, we're still going to make profit, but we're just not going to make as much because the supply of these cards are going to keep the price of Bundesliga informs down. People, when they're investing for Player of the Month, they're looking for the cheapest Bundesliga inform. They're looking for the cheapest one. Right now, Paco Alcacer is a little bit more than Hoffman. He's about 1K more. So we're looking at Hoffman in terms of what our cards are going to be priced at, because Paco Alcacer, he is a striker. He is Spanish. He is Dortmund. He gets, those better links. His card, quite honestly, is just terrible. But it is a little bit above Hoffman nonetheless. Next up, we've got Joshua King, which I'm probably going to be playing with a little bit this week, because I think this is a card that will be Weekend League meta. It is 89 pace, it has 83 shooting, it's got 81 dribbling, it's got 71 passing, and 74 physical. With 4-star skills, I think a lot of people will want to use this in their Weekend League squad, especially given the fact that it is a Premier League striker as well. So it's definitely not even close to discard, so if you made any Premier League investments for Player of the Month, you are doing great. Don't have to worry about a thing, while the people like me who made Bundesliga investments got a little bit unlucky given the fact that there's a couple more, lower priced Bundesliga informs. There are no low priced Premier League informs, which means the low priced ones like Fraser, like Xhaka, like Czech, and all those guys are only going to keep rising. So I'd sell those on Thursday before the Player of the Month. Never wait until the SBC drops unless you are thinking about winning the lottery next week, because 95% of the time, guys, it's just not going to rise in price. The card that you are holding, the investment you're holding for the SBC is not going to rise. Even if it's somewhat required for the SBC, a lot of the times they don't even rise because of over-investing. So always sell into the hype, guarantee your profit. It's the best way. I promise. It's the best way in the long run. 1 out of 20 times, maybe that card will skyrocket in price and you'll be like, dang it, I wish I held it. But overall, those other 19 times completely make up for it and you'll make more profit in the long run. Another card on the bench I want to talk about before we move on is Bamba. This is low-key. It's very low-rated, don't get me wrong, guys. But left mids from France. Also, he is from Lille. So Hazard, again, there's 2 informs from Lille now. If, there's a requirement for, past and present for Eden Hazard, Hazard started his career, really, at Lille in League One. So that's something to think about. But Bamba, on top of that, it's not a bad card. He's got 86 pace, he's got 79 dribble and 78 shooting. Okay, maybe pretty average, but nonetheless, guys, it is French. It gets great links, and I think in the long run, this will be a card that does rise in price. So Bamba's one to keep an eye on as well. For all these other guys, I'm not really going to deal with. I mean, you could just kind of note Stuani is in La Liga, so you could make note of that. La Liga Player of the Month is coming, so Stuani might be a shout for that. But then on top of that, guys, we also have a lot of other, players from La Liga that you can pick up as well from previous Team of the Week. You also got Oyer right there, but Stuani isn't bad. If you can get him for discard price, he is 83 rated, so just go ahead and keep that in mind. I would pick up Stuani's if you can get him for discard, but I wouldn't pick him up over discard. That's my take on that. So hopefully this Team of the Week analysis helped you out. We are going to be coming back to this on the weekend and probably Trading to Glory like episode 22 or 23 or 24, one of the 3. We're going to be coming back to it and making our investments in a couple days. I'm not going to make them yet. I just wanted to go ahead and put them on the radar for you so you knew what to look at, kind of start monitoring their prices right now and get an idea of what they're actually going for. So now we got to decide what we're going to do with our investments that we've made throughout the week. Now we have 93K liquidated, and I do admit I was in class today, and I was trying to snipe UCL cards like I have been doing in the last couple days, and I accidentally bought a frickin' John Stones for 30K because I thought that it said 20K, and I made a mistake. So we're losing coins on that card. 1 like equal 1 prayer for a couple lost 1,000 coins. It's not a big deal. We'll make it back in, honestly, in a couple minutes of sniping, but I am going to list that for... We're going to go and list that for 6 hours overnight for 30K, and hopefully somebody that's dumb enough to buy the card like I was. For all these other cards, guys, we've still got time. These are not impacts anymore, and if you take a look at Ibisevic and Zieler, who are the 2 informs that I have the most of, I've got 24 Ibisevic and 12 Zielers. All we got to do is go over to Bundesliga. We go to min buy now because there are blue cards in the special filter. And you set it at like 12,750. You're going to see a lot of Finn Bagassens here and a Bizovic. So those are the cheapest right now, which surprises me that Ibizovic hasn't risen a little bit more. But you got to remember, we picked up every single Ibizovic card for 10,000 coins or 9,900 coins. So even if we only sold for 12K, we're still making like 1.5 to 2,000 coins a card, and when we have 24 of them, that's like almost 50K profit, guys. So we're making coins on Ibizovic anyway. That's the beauty of discard investments, is that even if they don't work out great, you still make profit, even if it's not that much. So that is what I love about it. But if you guys kind of take note, you don't see that many Zealers. He is actually a little bit more expensive as the 82 rated card. And we've been holding him for a little bit longer, I believe, as well. So right now, Ron Robert Zealer is 12,750, but there's not that many of them, and they will get bought. And if, you know, they were to rise in price, he'd go up even higher. So right now, he's selling for about 13,000 coins normally. So all I've been doing, guys, and a couple of them have sold using this method, is all I do is I just list them up for an hour at like 14K, 13 to 14K. And sometimes a lazy buyer will come through and pick up that card. Now, if there was ever going to be a requirement for these cards, that would make lazy buying a lot more effective, because when lazy buying is the most effective, it's when people are doing squad building challenges and they put these guys in their team, but they don't go to the transfer market to find the cheapest. All they do is click that left trigger, and it just gives them a list of all of them, and they go like, okay, that one looks cheap. That's kind of how lazy buying is most effective. Now, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of lazy buyers in the transfer market just normally buying cards for their team or whatnot, but that, I believe, is when it's most effective. So if they end up being required, even by a little bit, maybe they don't go up by that much, I'll buy them back, and I'll just list them for lazy buyers and make like 6K profit per card just because lazy buyers end up picking up. So all I do, go ahead and relist, and maybe one or two of them will sell this hour, and then the next hour one more will sell, next hour none sell, and then the next hour another one sells. But over throughout the day, you get like 5 or 6 to sell. 5 or 6 to sell, you making 4K profit or 3 to 4K profit a card. I mean, that adds up over the course of a few days for sure. So that is always something you guys want to be doing. You should always be listing your cards on the market, your investments, at all times. There's no reason not to, because if you're listing them for much higher, and I wouldn't list them for like a long time. If you're listing them for lazy buyers, unless you're going to bed and you want them to sell overnight, I'd list them for like 6 to 12 hours. Never list a card for 3 days though. One, it's just a bad idea, because what if an SBC comes out that you didn't expect and it needs that card, and that card skyrockets? You don't want that card to be stuck on the market, because you're going to be able to make more coins if you can list them up again for a different price. So never list your card up for 3 days. Second, if you list a card up for 3 days, you're just going to get annoyed, because you're like, oh my god, it's not selling and I can't do anything about it. So I would never do anything like that. So Felipe Anderson, I uploaded a video on this 2 episodes ago on the rarest investment in FIFA history. Okay, I admit it was a bit of an exaggeration. Let me clickbait a little bit. But what I do know is that this card was only in packs for 48 hours. Most informs are in packs for 7 full days. This was only in packs for 48 hours, and that's why it's a rare investment, guys. It's a very rare card. You don't see informs with that kind of, time in packs, which means that there's not going to be that many on the market, especially a couple weeks after the card is out of packs. So we've got a couple options with Felipe Anderson right now. Right now, he is going for about 4,000 coins? Yeah, 104K. I've seen him sell at 110. I've also seen him drop down to like 100K. So balancing at like 104K is pretty logical. I was about to say that is ridiculously cheap for an OTW, but it makes sense that that's not actually on the market, because a little bit of a glitch there, and you refresh, and it's not there. But yeah, that's what he's going for right now. But in total, how many pages of Felipe Anderson are there? How many total pages are there? Okay, I guess. Okay, our method is flawed here because there's no TW. I'm gonna keep scrolling anyway and just see how many pages there are, and we'll just kind of divide that in half, because it looks like, okay, maybe like Okay, the point is there's not that many Felipe Andersons, okay? I didn't think that all the way through, but there's not that many Felipe Andersons on the market, which means that when the weekend league comes this weekend and people are picking up Felipe Anderson, which they will because this card is decent. It's a pretty good Premier League left winger. It's Brazilian. It's got pace. It's got skill moves. It's got physicality, honestly, for a winger. Like, okay, maybe 65. I thought it was like 75. But he's got 89 dribble, 93 pace, 80 shooting, 81 passing. And the point is, he's a pretty good card. That is meta in the weekend league. And we got him for 87K, 85K, and 85K. So 3 different cards. That's already up to 105K. We're making 20K a card. After tax, it'll be 15K a card. We've made 45K already on these cards. But given the fact that there are not that many on the market right now, and there we go. This is actually a much better way to figure out how many there are. If there's 6 per page and there's 6 pages, right now there are 35 Felipe Andersons on the market. Only 35? If you think about that, guys, how many people are going to use Felipe Anderson? Like, how many people are going to buy Felipe Anderson between now and Friday? A lot of people. So I don't want to sell him yet. I think he's going to go up higher, and here's why. 1, division rival rewards will drop technically last night when you guys see this video. I'm recording at about midnight Eastern Standard Time, 5 a.m. UK. So in about 2 hours, division rival rewards will drop. Then at 6 p.m. UK today, you will also see weekend league rewards. Now, you would think that, wouldn't that make prices drop? In a way, it does add supply to the market. But this card is not in packs anymore. So all it does is people get more coins. And when people have more coins, they go out and they spend those coins. When they spend those coins, the prices go up. It's really simple. It is the concept of inflation, and all of my investments that are in forms that aren't in packs will go up. It's genius, honestly, and it's super easy. Every single week, you should be doing something along these lines in terms of investments, because every single Wednesday night and Thursday morning and Thursday afternoon, cards just skyrocket in price. Now, I'm sure there will be outliers in terms of promotions and stuff like that that will cause a little bit of panic or a little bit of selling throughout the year, but those won't be every week, okay? Those will actually be quite rare, maybe once a month or something along those lines. So you are pretty safe when it comes to investing in these. And even if there is a promotion that drops, you're much safer investing in cards that go out of packs rather than cards that stay in packs. So OTWs, pick those up. Informs from previous Team of the Weeks, pick those up. Cards that are maybe in the current Team of the Week. So Mbappe, right now, guys, is Team of the Week card. So he's in packs, so pick up his gold card. Stuff like that. So you pick up those cards that aren't in packs. So even if a promotion drops and people start panic selling their cards, yeah, your card might drop a little bit from people selling from their club. But what you know is that the people opening packs won't be packing them. So there will be no supply from there, as opposed to if you had a card like 9-Golan, all right, a regular 9-Golan that doesn't have an inform and is in packs, and people will be selling from their club and putting supply on the market from packs. So you're getting a double whammy, and those cards will drop a lot more. So ultimately, you're still a lot safer. So that is the idea, guys. I am still going to be listing up my Felipe Anderson overnight, though, because we still would like a lazy buyer to come pick up my Felipe Anderson. So if I can get that card to sell for 128,000 coins, then so be it. I will take that 128,000 coins and reinvest it somewhere else. Even if that card ends up being 128,000 coins in a couple of weeks or a couple of days, hopefully, I still get those coins a lot quicker. And I can use those 3 days to actually turn that 128K into maybe 150K with another investment. So getting your coins quickly is also important. And it's something called opportunity cost. It's something that you'll learn in like economic classes if you ever take them. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not an what is it called, an economist. I'm not taking economy majors or economy classes. I just know this stuff from, you know, research and trading on FIFA for 4, 5, 6 years now, actually. But it is something you guys will learn in class. It's called opportunity cost, and essentially what that means is, yes, if you make an investment in a card that is like, let's use the example of Pellegrini. We make an investment in Pellegrini, and we spent 11,000 coins on the card, and we know that card is going to go up to 14K. So we're making 3,000 coins. But if there's another card, you know, that could make us more coins really, that opportunity cost of having Pellegrini, like, you can still make more coins. Does that kind of make a little bit of sense? It's not like a Webster dictionary definition, but all I'm saying is that time is also money. That's essentially what it means. Time is also money. So if you have a Felipe Anderson investment and it is going up, that's great. But if you were to sell that card and invest elsewhere, your opportunity cost would be much, much better. So that's what I'm kind of saying there. Anyways, I think that's where we're going to finish off today's video. We talked about a lot about informs today, all about Team of the Week 4. We're going to go ahead and list up our Pellegrinis for 14.5. Let's go with that, 14.5. All right, so one more thing. I was kind of doing it without paying much attention. Never do what I just did with these Felipe Andersons. I listed all 3 of them for the exact same price in the exact same hour. What you should do is go like 128K for 6 hours, 127K for 3 hours, and then like 131 for 6 hours, like a couple minutes later. It completely looks like a price fix this way, and people will avoid it. So just be a little bit smarter than what I was just doing. I was trying to explain to you guys something there, and I wasn't paying attention to what I was listing. So just a little quick tip there. But that's going to be it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for the support recently on the channel. We're nearing in on about 100,000 subscribers. Now we have about 96.5 right now. Is that where we're at, or are we at 95.5? No, we're at 96.5, which means that we might hit 97K today, putting us 3,000 subscribers away from the silver play button. It's kind of surreal, honestly, when you work towards something for 4 years and you're finally about to like hit it. Like, I don't really know how to react. I'm not sure what we should do. Like, how are we gonna celebrate hitting 100K? That should be the question of the day. In the comments below, if you watched this entire video, I want you to comment down below what you want to see for 100K. Should I make like a throwback video, kind of showing the journey, or I don't know, maybe you guys have a different idea? Just let me know. Maybe we do like a 24-hour stream over on Twitch. We could do that. Actually, I think that's what we should do. We should do like a 24-hour stream on Twitch to celebrate 100K on YouTube. That would actually be kind of dope, honestly. So let me know what you guys want to see down below, and make sure to drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Okay, I should have bought this Kondogbia. I didn't have the coins for it, but he's selling for 119K. So if I ever see another one go up for 100K like I did a couple minutes ago, I'm buying that card. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.